from one day trader to another, I want to offer you up a big beware, a big warning, because these situations that can occur as traders put you in a very dangerous situation. And I'm not going to talk with you in theory. I'm not going to sit here and say that, well, I read about this in a book once, or I think this is how it might or it could happen. Nothing like that. I will be illustrating and walking you through some of my personal day trading results that I captured live on video, so you can see exactly how this dangerous situation arrives and how it can all play out, again, with the real world example. So to set the context here, I'm going to be entering into a stock and going short, meaning I want the price to go down, because if the price goes down, I make money. So if you're a beginner, then maybe you've heard of people being short or shorting a stock. That just means that those people want the price to go down, because that will make them money. But if the price goes up, those people lose money. So that's the context. I'm getting ready to short a stock, and I want to see that price go down. So let's see the first part of this trade. Okay, in there at 40.42. I'd like to see this down below 40. Looking for the break of 40. Huge size down there, though. Disappearing. There it goes. So I took off a partial. No, I don't want to be arrogant or cocky, but things are going pretty well for me. I got in. As you saw, the price is starting to go down. And when I cut from the video, this is what my results were looking like. So a little, kind of just tutorial here, depending on how much of a beginner you are. But open means that there's still an opportunity for those shares to either make me or lose me money. And then close means that those shares have been, taken away, and that, or, when I say taken away, I mean I've allowed them to be taken away because I've removed some of them from the position and have locked in profits, meaning I've put, at that point, $197 in my pocket. But going back to, again, the open, which, as I said, still gives me the opportunity to potentially make more money, I'm already up $252. But that number there still has the opportunity to get bigger and bigger and bigger, because those are still quote unquote open and available, to either, make or lose money within the trade itself. But at this point, just to walk through the calculation and kind of where my mind was at, is I got, the 197 already locked in, and then I have 252 in open. So right here, I'm at $449 already. $449 with, again, the opportunity, and this is very important because these this amount right here still has the chance, and in my mind is, just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So at this point, because I'm feeling great, the trade's going in my favor, my only question mark is, how big is that number going to get? Like, how big? How much is this trade? How far down is the price going to go? And the great thing is I already got 197. But hey, you know what? This 252, let's see how big this number actually gets. So let's go back to the trade and see what happens next. So now just scaling out of this. Oh, wow, look at that bounce. Goodness. Whoops. I am long now, accidentally. All right, wow. Only made $96 on that. And I was up. And yeah, ended up with $96 as my final profit, which meant that the price went so far back up against me so quickly that it went and ate away at even some of those gains that I had already locked in. So I went from, how big is this trade going to get? I mean, I nailed it. How much money am I going to be making here? And then, and again, part of that was, and I already got 197 in the bank, baby. Let's go. Let's go. And then I ended with even less than what I had. So do you see how this can be a very dangerous situation? In fact, I would argue even more dangerous than a losing trade, because as a losing trade, yeah, you could get in and then you're just like, wow, I got this one totally wrong. All right, I'm just going to get out, be disciplined, cut the loss. And goodness, yeah, I was real wrong on that one. I never even saw any green at all on that one. So, I mean, in many ways, that is, at least for me, that is a much easier situation to walk away from than a situation like you saw here where I'm counting that cheddar. What am I going to go buy? This is going to be fantastic. Wait, hey, whoa, what? What? I don't even have the 197 anymore. That's dropped down basically another $100. Huh? And then, well, I'm going to go get that. And you get mad at the market. You get mad at a trade. You can easily get flustered. And you saw me get flustered here, right? I clicked the button so much that all of a sudden I went from being short to then being long. And you saw it. And that's how quickly it can turn. And yeah, you get frustrated, you get frazzled, and before you know it, you could be in a completely opposite, different situation. So what I want to get across here is this. This sort of situation puts your mentality in a very risky spot, because from a losing trade standpoint, like I said, that can be a bit easier because you were just wrong from the get-go. But to seemingly be right and then feeling, wow, not only going from will I be right to, wow, how right am I going to be? Because I've already been right. That worry is behind me. But how right am I going to be then have that just disappear? Now, that's super, super risky. I mean, this felt in my mind like a losing trade. Even though I still made $100 on it, essentially, it completely feels like a losing trade. And when you have yourself in those situations where a winning trade feels like a losing trade, your mind can cause you to go and do very, very irrational things, but don't do it. It's not worth it. I want just to share this with you so you know that you're not alone. It's going to happen to you. It's going to happen to me again. That is just part of being a day trader. And you don't want to allow those situations to push you off the tracks and you start breaking rules of your strategy. It's just not going to end in a good spot. And ask me how I know that, because I've done that multiple times, and it truly is not worth it. As easy as it is for me to sit here and say, just be grateful for the win, I'm telling you right now, in the heat of the moment, you're not going to feel like being grateful. You're going to feel like you got robbed. You're going to feel like there was some sort of injustice that happened, but it didn't. That's just the nature of how things play out at times. So if these sorts of situations happen to you, just understand you're not alone, and just take it from me. Take a deep breath, maybe go for a little walk, maybe just be done for the day. There's no shame in that, because think about it. You're done for the day. You still made money, but don't allow this to spin out of control where you decide because some sort of injustice has taken place that you need to go and make back the money, make back how much money you were up or how much money you thought you were going to make. It's just not worth it. So let me know in the comment section, have you ever had this happen to you? Maybe, if we can get some good dialogue going down there, we can help other beginner traders realize that, I'm just not being dramatic. But again, this is the beautiful thing about not talking in theory. You saw it happen to me. So this isn't some sort of, well, yeah, Clay, but you're talking in theory. No, it actually happened. But yeah, leave me down in the comment section below if this has happened to you. And like I said, maybe we can hear some good horror stories like, I would say here. But think about it. I call it a horror story. So even now, in hindsight, in my mind, it's still registering as like some sort of bad event. And it was bad in the sense of the price just completely went around. But really, a horror story is $96 in my pocket. Isn't that crazy how the human mind works? But yeah, leave me down. Horror story is not the right word there, but has this ever happened to you? I would love to hear some of that down in the comment section below. But hopefully this helps. Hopefully you appreciated the fact that I'm not talking in theory, showing you some real life examples of how this can work. But yes, if it happens to you, not if, when it happens to you, and when it happens to you multiple times, realize you're not alone. Doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. It just means, hey, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. That's how the markets work. And don't allow that to spin out of control for you. So hit that like button, leave a comment below, check out the channel as a whole. And if you like what you see, then at that point, I'd say, subscribe to the channel, as I'd love to have you as a subscriber. But be aware of these situations. They're very dangerous, But if I've done my job right and you can be aware of it, hopefully I can help you avoiding doing something that you're going to ultimately regret. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.